Hello and welcome back to another video. We're talking about my game week 19 and what happened, how it went, and a little bit of things here and there. So first of all, this is the team. It went really well. 115 points. The players I put in did really well. One player I missed out on was Stones, but that's fine. I mean, the whole team performed really well. 115 points. That's my free hit gone, but it went really well. It's pushed me up now. I can show you now the top. I'm in the top overall rank, 1,357,000, which isn't too bad, and I'll take that. Hoping we've got green arrows and everything as well, all green arrows, so we're all happy with that. Alright, so talking about heroes of the week, if I'm honest, the three main players this week were Antonio, who had 18 points, 2 goals within the 2 games that he played. Got +3 bonus in both games as well, which is just perfect. So, I think without him I probably would have lost in the cup. But same again with Ruben Diaz, 18 points, 2 clean sheets. When a City gonna not keep a clean sheet, and that's why you need City players. And then again with James Justin as well, another 2 clean sheets, I'm pretty sure. Two more clean sheets, played every minute pretty much. Really solid from all 3 of them. I think without all of them I probably wouldn't have got the amount of points I did. And I'm really happy with all of those 3. Looking at game week 20 game week 20 best picks in my opinion. I've got a couple options here, so I got Man City defenders in general really, but I took Cancelo, Ruben Diaz and Stones. Just because they keep so many clean sheets, and against teams like West Brom, I think they've got West Brom, Sheffield United and Burnley or something like that. You're going to expect them to keep probably 3 more clean sheets, even without De Bruyne, because he's apparently injured. He is injured, not apparently. But, yeah, you expect them to keep clean sheets, and I think those 3 will be the most popular out of the 3 used. Moving on then to Man United players, most importantly Rashford and Fernandes. Rashford got rested against Fulham, so I reckon he'll play. He's definitely going to play today. Today I'm recording it against Liverpool in the cup, and we'll see if we played against Sheffield United. And when he did last game, I think they won. Yeah, they won 3-0. I think he scored 1. I think he scored 1, maybe 2. So I think Rashford's a good player to have. And Bruno Fernandes, obviously, and most things that United do normally go through Bruno Fernandes. So having him in's a good option. And next we've got Leeds players. Especially against Newcastle, because they won the last game 5-0, and I feel like they'll probably do something similar again. Might be 3-0. And if talking about Leeds players, Rodrigo, Bamford and Rafinha, the attackers, maybe even a defender like Dallas or Aylin. Dallas more importantly, but I put down Bamford and Rafinha as a little option for you, just because in my opinion they're probably the best 2. Rafinha thinks on free kicks and corners, and Bamford's on penalties, so take that as what you will. And yeah, I think both of them will be might get some sort of returns against Newcastle in my opinion. Moving on now, players to replace De Bruyne. Obviously he picked up an injury, hamstring tear, which isn't very good. He might miss a couple months, but some options to replace him. Like I said, Bruno and Rashford are in there as options to replace him if you haven't already got Bruno or Rashford. But yeah, they've got Sheffield United. They got Sheffield United, then Arsenal, then Southampton, then Everton, then West Brom, then Newcastle. All good games up until game week 25, where De Bruyne should be back. So I think if you have a Man United player, that should cover for where De Bruyne's gone. Especially Bruno Fernandes, who will pick up probably more points than Rashford. Just captaining Bruno Fernandes, or as you would captain De Bruyne, it'd probably get you some similar amount of points. I've gone with 2 Leicester City players. Leicester are in really good form at the moment, beating Chelsea and Southampton in the week, and they got good games up until game week 23. They got Everton, Leeds, Fulham, and Wolves, but then they have got Liverpool on game week 24. So for those games, Harvey Barnes and James Maddison both been scoring, both been getting assists, or James Maddison more with the assists, but they both look quite dangerous as players. Harvey Barnes has been scoring a lot, probably in the best season so far, and James Maddison's going to get points, I feel like. So I think both of them are good options. And James Maddison isn't owned, neither's Harvey Barnes owned that much, so if you want to have a little punt and go a little bit cheaper to spread your money around, I'd go with either of those two. And then lastly, we got Heung-min Son. Like I said, Heung-min Son, he's been really good. He's got more tough games though, to be fair, with Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, West Brom, and Man City in his next 5. So he could be a little bit, could be a little bit of a, I don't know, strange decision to get him in, but he's going to get points. I feel like against Brighton, against West Brom, he's going to get some returns. So I feel like he's probably the lesser of the options I'd choose. I think I'd rather stay with either a Man United or a Leicester City player to replace De Bruyne. Or you could even replace him with Sterling. Sterling's a good one. Maybe Foden if you want to spread your money around. As I'll show you now, I've decided to go with Raheem Sterling. He's the one I've decided to go for. Just because City are in such good form, I feel like, especially with the games they've got with West Brom, Sheffield United and Burnley, those games especially, you kind of need a Man City attacker in to get some returns. I think if you want a Man City attacker or a midfielder, you can either go with Sterling or Gundogan for this position to replace De Bruyne, or you can maybe push forward and get Mahrez, but Mahrez isn't confirmed minutes, so I think I'd rather go with Sterling. Players on my team I'd like to get rid of is the Arsenal players, Saka and Lacazette. More of a case of Lacazette. I don't mind having Saka because he's very cheap, but Lacazette, there's a lot of money into him. He's 8.3 million or something like that. 8.3 million, so it's a lot of money into him. I also want to replace Wilson with somebody, because obviously they've got alright fixtures but not great. I want to get Watkins in from Aston Villa because, as shown by Grealish here, they've got good fixtures, Burnley, Southampton, West Ham, Arsenal, Brighton. You expect Aston Villa to win most of those games. So I think having an Aston Villa attacker like Watkins is good, especially because he scored against Newcastle yesterday. The back line, especially for this game week, with Martinez in goal, I expect a clean sheet. He's been I think the best goalkeeper so far this year, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of points. I'm not sure, it might be between him and Edison, but I think Edison, when he was injured, I think Martinez got higher. But yeah, with these games, he should keep a lot of clean sheets, so he's going to stay as my goalkeeper for now. Cancelo and Diaz, 2 City defenders. Yeah, that's just a staple at this point for me. With the amount of clean sheets they get in, Cancelo against West Brom's definitely going to, if he plays, he's definitely going to push forward and play like right mid. So he could get some attacking returns, as he did against like Burnley and teams like that. And Dyer, I don't expect a clean sheet, but he's pretty much guaranteed minutes, so that's a guaranteed 2 points. And if Spurs do well, then he's going to get some sort of points, maybe a clean sheet bonus. But I don't expect much more. Son, last time he played against Liverpool, got a point. Got an attacking return, sorry. So I was happy to keep him in for this game week. And yeah, that's the team. I'm happy with it. Obviously, I've got James, Ayling, and McGoldrick on the bench. I don't know about James. I kind of want to bring him in. I'm tempted to bring him in for Dyer, but I don't know if it's guaranteed minutes. With Azpilicueta back and stuff like that. It's against Wolves, so I am tempted to put James in, but I'll let you know if I do change it or not. Moving on towards our cup game, because we did win. I'll show you now. We did win. The player we were up against had a bench boost with this team, got 113 points, and I had 115, so it was quite close. But we win, just about. I was scared midway through the game week when, like the first couple of games, the guy was ahead of me by a mile, but I caught up and I overtaken him. 115 points with just the 11 players, which I was chuffed about. And then moving on to the Cup, Game Week 20 Cup, against only one Granit Xhaka. This was his team for last week. He had Stones in, which was, that's just an incredible player to have, with 2 goals. That's crazy, isn't it? But what I did notice, he has De Bruyne and Vardy in his team, and he didn't free hit from I don't think. De Bruyne and Vardy, he's going to have to get rid of both, which is good because he's going to have to at least take a -4 hit. So straight away, I used a -4 hit, but then he's going to have to use a -4 hit, so it should be okay either way. He's got 2 Arsenal players, same as me. He's got the Callum Wilson, same as me, but I've got Son, he's got Kane, we both got Dyer, but I've got 2 City defenders. We've got a very similar team, I feel like, so it might be very close. It's just whether Kane outscores Son or Son outscores Kane, and who he makes these transfers for. Obviously, I've got Sterling, and I don't know who's going to change for Vardy, I don't know. Maybe like a Gabriel Jesus or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, that's the whole game week sorted. That's how my game week 19 went, and hopefully yours went well. Let me know in the comments, and see you in a bit.